Welcome to the Soul Reader. The show will be starting in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. But if you are watching this show in replay, just fast forward past this portion and get right in the show where you'll see me live. Well, not live if you're watching in replay, but you will see me, Anthony Cordova, the Soul Reader. But it is my hope that the next time you watch the show, you watch it on Tuesday night. And that's every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And there I can also give you a free psychic empathic reading. So please come back and check that out after you've watched your replay. If you're not watching in replay, just hang out here, listen to the music, and I will chime in now and then with some information about how to navigate the show. So we have about 1 minute and 30 seconds or so, and the show will begin. Now, also know that there's a few ways you can watch the show and participate in the show. One is by going to my website, knowtobestill.com/podcast. And there you can watch the show from there. And from there, you can also speak with me right on the show, and all you have to do is follow the prompts. But you can also watch and comment through Facebook and YouTube. And if you are familiar with the both of them, you already know how to work them, probably better than me. So we have approximately 2 minutes and the show will begin. Now, also know that I don't want this to be a show where it's just me talking. I really love audience participation. It's where we can get a conversation started. One, and you can ask me any question that you wish. If I can answer it, I will answer your question. And being that I'm an empath, if you believe you're an empath and you don't have anybody to talk to about that, that is also what this show is about. A lot of empaths are walking around kind of lost and a little confused with their gifts and not knowing how to protect themselves and just how to function in this world as an empath. So we have about 30 seconds and the show will begin. So see you in a few. Hello, here I am, Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love. And welcome to the Soul Reader. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm happy you're here, even if you're watching on replay, because I feel like you're here, whether it's live or not. I feel like you're here, like we're connecting. And that's what I want. I want us to connect and be part of each other and understand each other and really begin to feel other people because we all have those abilities. So again, welcome to this Tuesday night. Here we are again. Oh, yes, here we are again. So thank you for being here. Do not, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, please don't hesitate to comment or just say hi. just hi. I love feeling that you're in the audience. Now, if you would like to get a reading tonight, you do need to do that from the website. And that is knowtobestill.com/podcast. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I believe that's it. Or if you want to be on the show and use your cell phone, all you have to do is scan the QR code and follow the prompts, and you will be on the show. And we'll put you in the queue to get a free psychic empathic reading. Now, when I say a psychic empathic reading, yes, I am a psychic, but I'm this much psychic and I'm this much empath. So I do both. I'm also a medium, but I do all of these things empathically. So, which means when I do a reading for you, and the readings are all about you and who you are, what type of person you truly are, and where I might be able to help you with any concerns you may have in your life. In the same case, if I connect to someone, a loved one on the other side, it's the same way. So first I connect to you, and then that's how I connect to your loved one. Because the deal is, in this world, a lot of people don't believe this. And a lot of people pass this phrase around that we're all connected without really understanding what connected really means. So we all have the ability to feel other people's emotions. Some people, like me, can feel people's emotions almost from birth. So this is how I know we're all connected. I couldn't connect to you in another place. You're nowhere. You could be hundreds or thousands of miles away from me, but we can connect. I can connect to you on this platform. The connection I make to you helps me connect to your loved one that's on the other side, because they live on. They live on in spirit, but they still live on. So that's kind of how it works. Kind of how it works. Pretty much so how it works. How do I do it? I don't know. It's just like breathing to me. It's just it's it's like so natural. It's like seeing, it's like speaking, it's like hearing. But when I connect to someone, I feel their emotions and I convert that into words. So that's why it's not exact. And none of this stuff is exact. Um, so that's how it works. But tonight, we're going to be talking about what are we talking? Make sure I have this right. Make time for you. And that's in a segment that I call Tony's Mind Mashup. Yeah. Ooh, Tony's Mind Mashup. The reason I call that this segment Tony's Mind Mashup is because I want us to be able to connect to each other. I want to kind of mash our minds up together so we can understand each other and learn how to do things together that will maybe better us, maybe open our minds a little bit, maybe help us get centered, which is what I want to talk about right now in this topic, getting centered. And we hear that term, getting centered. What does that mean? And as you can see with the little thing behind me, I like to keep it simple. So I don't make any of this complicated. So to get centered, centered is about getting to a place where you're relaxed. You're happy about who you are with all your imperfections. Now, human beings, we can't help it, but we're harder on ourselves than anyone else will ever be. We put the most pressure on ourselves. So, with the theme of keeping it simple, how do we take care of ourselves? Well, one of the easiest ways is just separate yourself from the everyday things we go through, which means just stop. Maybe you have to find a room and put on some headphones and just listen to some music. And don't think about work. And don't think about the bills. And don't think about the kids and school and all of these things we were. Don't think about you have to go shopping. Don't think about all of these things that we think about all the time. All the time, our minds are like, "Oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do that. Now I got to do this." And in this country, we all tend to work way more than we have to and do way more stuff than we need to. That's what we do. I'm guilty too. I'm totally guilty. I know I am. Quite often, it's hard for me to truly relax unless I go on vacation, unless I get away from the house. Um, that helps me get centered if I do something like that. So just find that place that gives you peace. Maybe you go to the park. If you like the outdoors, maybe you go for a walk, by yourself. If you can, you may not like doing that, but find what it is that you really enjoy and that really relaxes you, where you can get in touch with yourself. And maybe once you get relaxed, then you can see what is really important and what is not. Sometimes we got to get off that hamster wheel, and that will help you get centered. And I'm not even talking about meditation, but what I what I'm talking about now is actually a part of meditation. It's quieting your mind so you don't have to sit cross-legged, you don't have to do any of that. You just need to quiet your mind and think about self, think about you, but not in a way where you are putting yourself down. Absolutely not. Just who you are. And think about, positive things in life in a simple way. You can say, "Oh, I'm blessed because I have a roof over my head." It's a good time to count your blessings also for all the good things you have in your life. And that will help you get centered. That will help you realize, oh, I stress way too much about bills. Oh, I stress too much about I have an older car and I want a new one. And you're stressed about what would the neighbors think if you have an old car. Things like that. Stressed about, oh, I don't have the latest clothes. This what's out this season. All of these things we can stress about as human beings. Probably 90% of the things we stress about aren't really that important in the big scheme of things, in who we are while we're here, while we're living. You might think about, wow, what can I do to uh, volunteer somewhere, something that you're passionate about. Jill, did we have anything? Oh, okay. So all of these things, um, we can think, what, why? We learn to relax. And like I said, I am guilty too. Because I will tend to work, 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 and then work some more. Work, 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 work. And then I'll get to a point and like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I working this way? Why am I doing this? Why? Exhale. Stop. Slow down. You know, it's not. It's a simple thing. It's a little difficult to do it with our minds just racing, racing, racing. And we're stressing ourselves over all of these different things. So that's something, you should try. So I'm going to stop for a brief moment. I've been talking for a while now. Just to say, if anyone wants a free psychic empathic reading, you can step in now and just follow the prompts. If and like I said, you need to be watching on a browser. So if you're watching on your laptop, um, you may see or may not see a button that says details. You may be in the other screen already, and it'll say donate or talk to me live. You press that button and just follow the prompts, and we will get you right on the show. We'll see you in the room, and we'll let you know when we're going to bring you to the stage. This is free, no obligation. Just this is part of what I'm supposed to do. So, if not, I will go back to what I was talking about. Yeah. Okay. So, you're talking about being centered. So, why? Why be centered? Why? Life is okay. Bills are paid. My kids are going to school and they're getting A's and B's. I have a good job. I have a nice car or cars, plural. We got a cabin up in the mountains. You got a lot of good stuff going on, but you're not relaxed. Even when you go on, let's say you do have the cabin in the mountains. Now, Jill and I live in Georgia, in Metro Atlanta area, which is very close to the North Georgia mountains. And here in Atlanta, and I found because I've been all over the country, on Friday, and for those of you that live in Metro Atlanta or you live in New York or Chicago or any of the major or LA or any of the major cities, Dallas, Texas, um, on Friday, a lot of people have, little vacation spots. Like I said, a cabin in a mountain, maybe they, but anyway, either way, on Friday, usually Friday morning, traffic is heavier than usual, but it's going the opposite direction. It's all the people getting out of town, but they rush. They rush. Everybody's rushing to get out of town. So they're packing up the kids. They're packing all the stuff. They're getting all this stuff up. And then they're getting out of town. And they got all their stuff. And we're going for the weekend. We're going to have a great time. But they're stress. Okay, cool. But they're getting out of town. That's a good thing. Now they finally get to the mountains and it's beautiful and it's quiet and birds are chirping and there's a lake and they're going to do all these fun things. Oh, we got to go to the store. We got to get groceries. Now they're running. So what we do is take all of the things that cause us stress when we're at home and we bring them with us. We bring our habits with us. How we live our day to day, we bring it with us. And then once we get there, maybe in the evening, we chill. And we go to sleep. And then we get up and we rush. And we're supposed to be relaxing, chilling, and all that, but we're doing a million things. And the weekend getaway isn't really a real weekend getaway because you don't get centered. You kind of live the same kind of life you've been living, just in a different place. This is why when people go away for a long weekend or they go on vacation, just about everyone says this. Someone will ask, "How was your vacation?" And the person will reply, "I wish it was longer. I wish it was longer." Everyone has the same reply. Why is that? Because they're not becoming relaxed. They're not getting centered when they go on vacation. But if you change the way you do things when you're at home, then even your vacation will be more relaxing. If you're rushing all the time when you're at home, you're going to rush all the time when you're on vacation. So we, including me, including me, because I know I'm guilty. Years ago, I used to be not an alcoholic, but a workaholic, and a real one. And a lot of people will, use that phrase on someone that just works a lot, but a workaholic is worse than that. They put working and money before everything else, before family, before friends, before socializing, before a hobby, before anything else. Working and making that almighty dollar is what's number one. That's why they call it workaholic. Like an alcoholic drinks too much and it'll affect his or her life in a negative way. Well, that's also what happens with a workaholic, and I used to be one. And I still work a lot, but I put family first. Yes, Jill.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
My question is because many people are super busy because of obligations,
Yes.
and you just talked about you're no longer a workaholic. So how does one stop from being a workaholic? What does one do if they're just really busy? It's so easy to say, well, just take time for yourself. It's easy to say that.
It
But
is.
what can they really do?
Well, that is a loaded question, Jill. As you know, it's not a question I can answer in 2 minutes. But the first thing you can do, or the first thing you have to do, is realize that you are a workaholic and that your family and people around you are suffering because you are one. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is you have to change. You have to do something different. You have to cut something loose. You have to put family first. You have to put also yourself first. Okay? And think about all of that. What good are you to your family if you literally work yourself to death? What good is that? So
So
that
you're saying you have a choice?
that's exactly what I'm saying. But a person has to make that choice. It's the same for anyone that's addicted to anything. They have to make the choice first. You can't make the choice for them if they're not willing to change. It's not going to happen. You can't force a person to change. They have to want to change. So that's the hard part about it. But it is all about cutting something loose. You don't have to make every dollar. Your job, your job is important. All right. But don't make it the most important thing. That's the key. It shouldn't be. Your job shouldn't be the most important thing. Think about your loved ones. Well, maybe you're single and maybe you don't care. Maybe you say, "Oh, my job is my life." And that's what it's like for some people. If you're single and your job is your life and you love, 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 love it, uh, let's take an entertainer, singer, popular singer. They're number one on the charts all the time, and they love what they do. And they travel all over the country, all over the world, doing all these concerts, and it's grueling. Okay? But maybe they love it, and maybe they're single, and maybe they love the life. But if they have anybody in their life that really cares about them and for them, they may not love that life so much. Of them being on the road all the time and all over the place and not coming home for months at a time. They may not like it. So, you know, too much work is not good. That's why you hear about so many uh, stars and singers, entertainers getting burnt out and hospitalized. And someone has convinced them, and they have convinced themselves that that's what they have to do to be successful. Jill, did you have another comment?
Yes, some stars would say, but you knew what I was when you met me.
Okay.
That
Hey,
was the life they were leading before.
that's
Who's going
that
to change it?
that's fine, but then that star can't one day say, you know, how come I can't find a meaningful relationship? How come I can't get this? How come I can't get that? How come many stars are very depressed? It's because too much work, too much of almost anything. It's usually a bad thing. Not too much. Oh my gosh.
Charlie has a comment.
Oh, hey, Really Charlie from the Really Charlie podcast. Check them out. What's Charlie got to say?
He said, "What up,
What
ATL
what up,
people?"
ATL people? We just hanging out, sitting in traffic and stuff. That's what we do in Atlanta. If you own a car, you're gonna end up sitting in traffic. But we're all good here. We're all good. What's happening with the Massachusetts people? It's the question. I haven't been Massachusetts in a long time. In a long time. Oh, it's no problem, Charlie. All is good. We're happy you're here. We're just happy you're here. But I think the show is going to be ending in a few minutes because I've just talked for about 30 minutes. And no readings tonight. It's okay. No problem. But let's see, where are we? Gotta find these buttons. And I'm not going to press the wrong ones today. But I'm happy I was able to do the show tonight. I hope some of the things I said meant something to you. And I hope you try to get centered and relax a little bit and just find that peace and that zen where you're not worried about all the other things going on in your life. just a time where you can be with you. That's what I want you to do. To be happy and zen like me. Which I always am not, but I sure do try. So remember to come back next week. Check out the Soul Reader, and that's with me again, Anthony Cordova. And remember, you can get a free reading. Many of you that come to the show have already gotten a reading, but that's okay. We can just talk and say hello. And that's every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Go to knowtobestill.com/podcast, or you can watch on YouTube and Facebook. Also, tomorrow night, check out Jill and mine show, which we are very happy to be doing. That's I'm Right, and that's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch that from Jill's website, jillcoxcordova.com, and click the podcast tab. And you can also watch that from Facebook or YouTube. And one more show, Poetic People Fighting Racism, and that's the show I do every other week, and I think the next show is on the 20th of this, no, it is the 6th of April is when it is. The 6th of April, every other week, Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we talk poetry, and I will recite some stuff from my manuscript about the topic, but we will talk about racism and stuff in America. So that is about all of it. So, we're out of music. I talked way too long, I guess. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming. And I really do love you all, because I'm the man about love. So thanks for watching. I love you all. Till next week. Bye.